Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Twins Franchise here to wrap up the month of May, where the Twins are currently sitting at 19 and 30 and only won two series in the month of May, that being the series against Tampa Bay and the series right here against the Chicago White Sox as they ended the month off on a two-game losing streak. And also, they are going to be without Mike Pelfrey. He fractured his hand, and also Jose Martinez is going to be out the rest of the year. Jorge Polanco out 3 to 4 weeks, and Eduardo Nunez just out for he's just day to day currently. But with the injury to Mike Pelfrey, the Twins brought up their top pitching prospect Alex Meyer, who so far is 0-1 in just 15 and 2/3 innings. He's had 3 starts. His first start, he pitched 5 1/3 innings, was doing very well, but he got hit in the head by a Josh Harrison line drive, had to be taken out early. Next start, I think he went 6 innings in the start. After that, he only went 4. But 2.87 ERA, so he's doing quite well right now currently. Rest of the rotation in Phil Hughes, 388 ERA. Ricky Nolasco, who has pitched better than I expected, currently 2-3, 2.22 ERA in 10 starts. Kyle Gibson, who has done a little bit better as of late. He's calmed down. He's down to a 3.4 ERA, but his big issue, he's had a lot of control issues. You see the 22 walks right there. So that's something for him to improve on as the season progresses. We talked about Alex Meyer. And Tommy Milone, who has a 4-3 record at an ERA of 4.02, and guys are just getting a lot of hits off of him, and he's allowing a lot of home runs. Bullpen-wise, J.R. Graham, the long reliever, we bring him in when we're down by a lot, or guy gets hurt early on. Just an innings eater out of the bullpen. Tim Stauffer, he's 2-5, but has a 2.70 ERA. Dunsing has struggled as of late. 4.39 ERA. Blaine Boyer 0-5 with 3.60. Casey Fine or Fiend 2.20 ERA 0-1. Thibault, been switching out Thibault and Dunston. I don't know who to put in that setup role. I want a lefty in that setup role. And then Glenn Perkins, who has just been absolutely amazing with the 0.87 ERA, 8 saves, 10 1/3. So he's been shut down in the ninth inning like we've wanted him to be. And then lineup-wise, Danny Santana, Jordan Schaefer, the two leadoff guys, have done amazing. Torrey Hunter hitting very well for a guy his age. He's got the 5 home runs, 23 RBIs. Joe Mauer, he's cooled off a little bit. He was hitting at around 380 after the April month in review. So, but down to 305, but that is not terrible. Whatsoever. Pinto, he's been up and down as of late. 252 with the 4 home runs. Oswaldo Arcia just not having the kind of year that we've wanted him to have. We wanted him to have a bit more, some more home runs and some more RBIs, but he just has been putting bat on ball. Kenny Vargas, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs, but he's hitting 226. Get to Trevor Plouffe, who's hitting a tick under the Mendoza line. He has 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, and then Brian Dozier with the 204, 4 homers, 13 RBIs. So the bottom 4 in the order have just not been doing very well. And then bench-wise, Suzuki, he plays against lefties. Escobar, we sub him in as needed. Same with Nunez and then Hicks. Excuse me. So that's how things have been going with the Twins in the major leagues. Meanwhile, gonna touch on the 2 top prospects that everyone I'm sure is aware of. First, let's talk about Miguel Sano. Been trying to improve his contact and his plate vision. The power I don't want to mess with right now. And he's improved since last episode. He's got 4 home runs, 24 ribbies, and he's hitting 258 with a very good on an OBP of 342. Fielding also a little bit of an issue, but he might just play DH once we call him up, play for Vargas or something like that. Who knows? And moving on to the man of the hour, the future Byron Buxton, who currently 307 average, 4 home runs, 15 RBI, and 9 steals and 10 attempts, which is amazing. Only reason not calling him up yet is just because the batting attributes are not where I would like him. I like him to get into around the 70s for contact and mid 50s for power, and then improve the plate vision to mid 50s, low 60s at least. Fielding and base running are where I want them, so I'm not going to mess with those, just improving his batting. So hopefully we can call him up, maybe in the next 2-3 months, I'm hoping. Excuse me, that's where I'd like it to be. And Irving Santana, he's still serving his 80-game suspension. He's just chilling out in AA because, they don't have a suspension generator on here. So let's look at the standings really fast. If I can find the standings. One day, there we go. Currently dead last, like I said, 19 and 30 earlier. 9.5 games back. Wasn't expecting to make the playoffs or anything of that sort, so right around where I expected us to be. Meanwhile, Detroit leading with the Kansas City Royals and the Indians only a game back. White Sox 5 games out. East, Mariners just destroying everyone in their path with a 2.75 team ERA. And Athletics 5.5 games down on the rest of the West. And then the East, Red Sox 30 and 21, 4 games up on the Yankees, as well as the Orioles, with the Blue Jays and Rays just chilling out. Wild card wise, it's Tigers, Royals, but those two teams, will be fighting for that first place spot. So one of these teams will be in the wild card. Indians, A's, and meanwhile we are 9.5 games out of the wild card as well. National League, the Mets are leading the East, a half game up over Washington. Brewers lead the Central 3.5 up on Pittsburgh. And the Dodgers are 3 games up on the Giants and the Padres. Wild card wise, Nats, Marlins, followed by the Giants, Padres, Pirates, all a half game out. So, look at some league leaders. Lowry leading an average. And then home runs have got Brendan Moss, Mike Trout, RBI, Mike Trout. Runs, Trout. Still on bases, Everett, Cabrera, but Schaefer's trying to creep up. And wins, Tanaka, Chavez, Norris, Buchholz, Price, and Chris Young. And then ERA, Chavez. Take a look at those National League categories. Got Buster Posey leading the way in batting average. Home runs is Giancarlo Stanton, also with a .330 average to go along with it. He's also leading RBI. Stolen bases, no shock here, Billy Hamilton. And wins, it's Alex Wood leading the way. 7-2 record, ERA Gianni Cueto. So, going to have the June draft actually upcoming, so I'm probably going to live stream that. So make sure to follow my Twitch in the description for that, because I'll probably live stream that later on today, I hope. And yeah, that's going to about do it. Hopefully, Twins can improve somewhat in June. And also, Glenn Perkins, he will most likely be traded. I haven't, I've been searching around every so often to see. Nothing yet. Not going to trade Buxton. But Perkins I want to trade. And also, if Nolasco can keep it up, I'd like to trade him as well, because he's doing better than I expected. He's got 2 years left on his contract, and with Meyer being called up and settling in like he has been, and Santana, his suspension's going to be up, after the 80 games. So that might bump Nolasco out of the rotation. I want to capitalize on his value while it's this high. So let me know what your thoughts are about Perkins and Nolasco being traded. I might do a whole separate episode about trading when we get closer to the deadline. So yeah, that's about all I wanted to talk about. So thank you all for watching. Like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. Comment. All that good stuff. And until the next video, guys, I am out.